Oh, you got it.
Joe?
Hey, buddy.
You know what holiday it is?
It's not the 15th. It's the 9th.
It's not really a holiday. I'm just making shit up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know the Ides of March is coming up on the 15th, but...
This is the most important holiday to all of crypto.
Oh, show 100! Yeah, that's right.
I should have loaded up some fucking animations or something. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
He shoots, he scores. 100. Fuck,
100,
man.
dude. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, God, when we get to 1,000, we'll probably be with
That's
walkers.
20
or
weeks
like
of
that.
shows.
Yeah.
5 months.
Yeah, but it's been fun, man. It's tiring.
Dude, it's totally fun. Yeah, but you and I are both sitting there going, oh, fucking A, that's like fucking ridiculous. What the fuck?
Well, you know, opportunity cost, you go. I mean, I like it because it keeps me up to date.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like I always have something to do, which that's not a positive thing. I'm saying in a negative way. Like, just to prepare. I mean, when we first started, we weren't really prepping for these. We would just go in and go off piste and just rip.
Yeah.
And but now we're actually trying to like have topics to talk about. So it takes a little bit more time in prep time. But you know, it is what it is. It's fun. I like it.
Oh, I could have done something fun with graphics. I forgot this shit is in there.
Will said congratulations.
Oh, they have background music now?
That's what I thought you had hooked up, but then I realized there was something feeding off of my website.
Anything playing? I just clicked on.
Yeah, there's something playing.
I can't hear it on my side.
I can hear it. What is it?
I don't know what it is. I can't hear it. I got nothing. I guess because I started it.
I like it.
It's just they have like generic shit. Daydreaming into space.
Oh, that sounds like a dentist office. Oh no, that's like an elevator.
Okay. This one is called Feeding the Ducks. I can't hear any of them, so I have no idea.
This is like 2 o'clock in kind of some vibey, clubby Thai beach scene, you know.
Why the fuck would they have sounds, but the guy who's clicking on the sounds can't fucking hear the sounds?
I don't know, man.
That's fucked up.
Chuck, it's totally background music for... I don't have my glasses on.
For stepmom porn. Better stop. That was very specific, Chuck.
Yeah, I think we're digging deep into Chuck's psyche here.
Will Hatcher says, "Congrats, thanks, Will. We're excited. We're having so much fun doing this shit. So it's all good, man. Good shit, good stuff. I guess for 200, I'll do some graphics to preload some videos or something. So, but it's fun, man. It's good shit. It's good shit.
Well, it just keeps us current. It forces us to stay current.
It's beautiful, right?
I always have just gobble up information all day long. I love that fire hose of data coming in. It just kind of wakes me up. And if I don't have that, then it's just kind of like you're just sort of staring around like what to do.
Yeah.
So that's what gets me going. That's why I like to travel a lot. And I think it's because when I was a kid, I moved so much. I just like being in totally brand new environments. And information is the easiest way to do that.
Yep.
So I don't know. What drives you for it?
Money.
I'm
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I thought that would be the thing I would say.
I love talking shit. I love exploring tech. I love exploring this world. I mean, I could do it all fucking day. I mean, I used to say, you know, I was such a software junkie back in the day, right? I would download a dozen pieces of software every week and try everything out. I love tech. I love software. I love creating. I love the way this shit works. I love understanding how it works. I love climbing into the brains of these people that are so fucking brilliant that create this shit. To me, it's like fucking magic half the time. So for me, it's like, if we were getting paid for this, I'd keep this thing fucking running 24/7 and just show my desktop fucking checking shit out. I mean, you know, that would be that. I'd be happy doing that. It's like, because there's nothing I love more than trying tech and software and shit. So,
well, it's kind of like I remember this. You remember that movie from .com days? I think it was called Startup.com.
Yeah,
and sure. It was about the GovWorks guys. Well, I was really close to their big competitor, EasyGov, which came out of Atlanta. Knew the chairman, went to school with the chairman, and he actually walked into. He was in that movie. A guy named Brian Mundy, he's deceased now, but it was kind of like they just, the startup.com guys, it was like reality TV before reality TV existed. And they were just carting around cameras to all their meetings and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like, it just seems so weird. But I think that, just live streaming your life. I mean, these other ones, like at least families that live stream their entire lives. I mean, it seems crazy, but it seems like if it was something about analytics or analysis and what you're looking at, I mean, that's like free alpha to everyone else out there, because if we're looking at it, it's because it probably has an interesting value proposition. There's something there. And, and then if we talk about it, everybody learns about it. But if everybody got like an early look at what we were looking at and could do their own analysis at the same time, then we kind of crowdsource analysis too.
Right.
Just, the way that, like we talked about yesterday, like the crowdsourcing intelligence, open source intelligence for the Ukrainian stuff. So, that would be pretty cool. But again, if I'm complaining about an hour a day to show, the an hour of prep, hour of show, whatever, probably a little more than that. Real time, I'll just be a cranky motherfucker pretty fast.
See, for me, all I would do, if I could just those guys on fucking Twitch that just like broadcast themselves all day long. Right. Yeah. And it's just them playing fucking games. That's it. Like, and people love that shit. Like, if there was an audience for me just fucking traversing DeFi all day and talking about what I see and find, I would be a happy camper, because my fucking ADHD brain will just like go bam, 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 bam all over the place. Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think people are going to do that. The other thing is we got to start monetizing this shit. I was thinking about that this morning. I want to get, hold or dump going and look at do some outreach to some of those sponsors.
Was hold or dump the one that we talked about doing, like like 5 or 6 come on and we just do like kind of a separate thing? And then
it's a separate show. So hold or dump is projects come in, they give us each like $1,500 worth of their token, and we'll do them all in one night. Or one afternoon, we'll record all of them. They get 15 minutes to pitch us. We take 15 minutes to discuss it after they're done. And then we make a decision. We'll push a little button and say, hold or dump. If it's hold, we hold their tokens and we see where those portfolios go. And if we dump, we just take the fracks and pocket it in the wallet. So it's a great way to kind of have a model that's not sponsorship related, gives them some attention, and then, feels very game showy, Shark Tanky kind of stuff. But I think that'd be fun as shit, because me, I'll look at new shit all day long. So
I guess if we did dump someone, because they're probably not going to be super pleased at that point, we'd have to give them some critique.
I think that's what we do. Yeah, we do 15 minutes of pitch, 15 minutes of pitch, and 15 minutes of critique. Like, I mean, your shit's all copy pasta, dude. Give me something fucking unique, because I don't care, right? I mean, okay, 400,000% APY. Sorry, that's not enough to make me give a shit about you, right? So, some tokenomics, fucking something,
some kind of differentiation, value prop. Anything that, like, why?
Classic startup shit. Like, I mean, we're in that stage now, right? We're in the stage now where you don't get to just fucking slap up an APY. People have figured it out. It doesn't work. You've got to have something underneath that, right? And so, what do you got? What do you got for me? I mean, I run in all day long, every day. I see projects that are unique, interesting, doing cool things. I've been keeping an eye on the idols, man. That model is turning into really cool shit. The NFT virtue tokens, circular thing, that's turning out to be really cool. I've also been spending a lot of time on Bean, and I still think they overcomplicated with the lingo, the bean stock, beans, pods, silo stocks lingo. I think they made it too complex because people have to create basically a new language in their head, a small subset of a language. But the system is unbelievably powerful, right? There are people now posting how to game it. The system's really growing. There's people, developing strategies for it. And I was looking at it again because I actually got paid more for that poker tournament than I thought, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got 9,250 pods, which here's the thing I didn't understand about them. So at the bare minimum, they're probably worth 1,500 to $2,000, right? So everything in the pod system is at a queue, right? So those pods, if I waited till they matured, that's worth 9,250 beans. So that's $9,250, right? But what happens is when you initiate and create these pods by staking on the system, you get these pods, but then there's a maturing date, right? So you can hold on to them until they're matured. The ones they gave me are like, I don't know how the numbering works, but I'm way down the line, right? Like I don't get to mature mine yet, right?
Until
so
2250.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that bad. But they built a marketplace. So if you don't want to wait for maturity, you don't have to wait for maturity. You can sell it in their marketplace. And that's a really active looking marketplace so far. And they just launched it. But I mean, projects like that, I don't even need that much complexity to make it be a token I want to hold, right? I just want something more than Pancake Swap for fucking Polygon. You know, I want people that are actually being creative and thinking of cool ways to do things, or unique marketing, or a unique hook, right? Or a vertical or a niche, something. Because I think we're at that stage. We're at that stage in this industry. People have to start getting fucking serious about real business models, right? There will still be people aping into shit. There will still be people playing games. But at the end of the day, we got to start building real shit too. Because regulators are going to see all that APY shit and be like, nah.
So, yeah, that's what is going to get people in the future in trouble, is my guess.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they don't, I mean, I don't want to say that they don't hold up, but for the most part, I mean, they don't hold up, but I'm not going to say that they're fictitious, but it seems suspiciously like the math is off somehow to me.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is they're just printing more fucking tokens.
Yeah.
Right. So that APY is not a USD APY. It's a fucking, here's how many more tokens you'll fucking have. Do you think the price of this token is going to maintain? Yes or no? Well, I don't know. They just printed 5 billion, so maybe not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
dilution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and that's why, you know, when we talked about kind of sniping in on some of these things and then getting out fast, that's probably the best strategy for these things. But those projects are not going to be sustainable. The ones where the token is for the exchange or the yield farms, and that's their project token, you got to be doing shit like the guys at Spirit Swap are doing, which is unique models. Yeah. Innovating. And then look, I don't even care if you're stealing another project's idea. Like Spirit Swap is implementing Curve. And now they're doing some tweaks to improve it. But essentially, they have InSpirit as a curve model, right? And people get bribed. It boosts the market, makes their tokens worth more. I mean, people are just got to start fucking. And I think that would be my personal criteria for a dump or a hold in the game, in the show that we would do, would be, you know, you got to give me something unique, or that you have a roadmap that includes something cool and unique down the line, you know? So
yeah, no, I agree. There has to be some compelling story about competitive advantage, differentiation, you know, captured markets, things like that, you know, brings value to the people that come in and, let's just say, invest in it.
Yeah.
It can't just be a hope and dreams situation anymore, because maybe one or two work, but most don't.
Yeah.
And if you're not at the beginning on those, it tends to not work out for you.
It's true.
As well as it does. But yeah, I agree 100%. I was thinking back when you said that, I was thinking back to .com days. And I was thinking about all those ridiculous startups that would pop up, and you know, most, you know, a lot of them, obviously most cratered, but then at the end, out of the ashes rose the biggest tech companies the world's ever seen.
That's right.
So I think the same thing could happen here. They're just going to be hybrids of, you know, tech and financial institutions and marketing entities that kind of are one-stop shops for value creation or value retention, or just increasing the velocity of capital. I see that coming out of all of this. I'm not saying we're in the ashes. I mean, after today's performance, when you look at what's going on with ETH and BTC, you know, I mean, they're both up. Well, ETH is up 6.5% and BTC is up 9%.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's some, I think everybody's happy that there's going to be some regulatory. We'll talk about this in the show, but with the White House executive order,
BTC's up $4,000.
Yeah, I see 42,281. I'm on Binance.
that's about where I am. And
Yeah.
the low today was 38,242.
Yeah.
So up 10%. You're right. That's what you meant by nine. I thought you were saying 900.
So look, no, I mean,
9%,
hold on real
10%.
quick. I'll just share it real fast. And
You know what? I got to tell you, I'm a little. It's one of the ones I should reach out to for partnership. I really like what these folks at DropsTab do. It's dropstab.com. Their charts, maps, data, information is awesome. They are also the ones that have the Telegram bot that I use, and it's really a fantastic tool. I like it better than CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. They do really good work.
What's it called again?
DropsTab, DropsTab.com.
Okay.
Really impressive data tool. And, it's very much like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, but I like their interface better. I like the way it functions better. And I love their, the DropsTab Telegram bot. It's fucking phenomenal. I use it all day long.
Yeah. So I'm going to check that one out, but look at this right here. So last night around, looks like between 10 and 12, this massive buying where it went from the 39-ish to 42. This is when Treasury accidentally published Yellen's notes or memo about the upcoming executive order and took it down a half hour later. But, obviously everybody saw it and the massive buying came in. So it tells me that there's two things in that executive order. One is the how do we incorporate this technology into, U.S. operations, and how do we, I don't want to say, I might be saying the wrong word, but how do we achieve supremacy in that space? Yeah. And second was seriously looking at issuing a central bank coin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is something that traditionalists really like, because now you're starting to see something where proper regulation will come in place that hopefully doesn't stymie innovation. And I think, we've talked about this a lot, obviously, and it seems to me that if everybody knows the rules, that's when you get the sandboxes and things in place.
Yep.
So I think that was taken very, very positive. But
I don't want to see a central
bank coin,
but I think it's inevitable. And I also think, look, I think it gives. I'm not someone that I lean libertarian on a lot of things, but I'm not a libertarian. But I think there are some real dangers there for government control and those kinds of things. So that shit makes me nervous.
I'm with you. But I would say,
but at the same time, I think it's inevitable. So how do you make sure that, it's done right?
Yeah. So I'm going to pull this one out. To me, I'm in the same boat, is that I don't necessarily like it, but you look at the amount of bank reporting that goes on, and credit card and debit card reporting, ATM, all that stuff. It's like they already have the data or access to it. I think it's that we have a pretty robust set of privacy laws here that, try to separate between illicit actors and, proper actors. And that's always the challenge. How do you keep an ability to innovate within that regulatory framework that doesn't stifle, but at the same time, maybe just ups the quality, kind of like what we were just talking about with, like the hold or dump strategy, how we got to go to the next level now with meaningful innovation.
Yep.
I'm not saying that everything's been not meaningful thus far, but we need to get it more meaningful. And I think that's what the framework has to allow. And I think central bank, digital currency, I just don't know. I mean, do we really want everything on devices? I mean, I don't really spend cash anymore at all.
I keep some cash around because I have kids, but for the most part, I don't. I probably write 1 or 2 checks a week because I have to pay people that provide services that are,
normies.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you got today, buddy?
I was trying to get a fire charts load going here, but I couldn't. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, well. Oh, there we go. Let me take a look real quick at fire chart. Oh, here, I'll share. Let's see if there's any news in fire charts that we will. This is 1.0, not 2, but we'll take a look anyway.
I kind of like the 1.0 version better. It's just
really?
it's just not as complicated.
Huh.
You know, I just want to see where those walls are. And I want to see the, cumulative volume stuff at the bottom.
Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Share.
But I get why people would like it. I'm only looking for 2 things on it. So.
Yeah, I like the new. I like what I'm capable of doing with the new one better. But whatever. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I got the wrong one. Where is it?
But look at the volume there, man. There's that 10 o'clock last night East Coast time spike right in the middle. I can't see it because it's smaller on me. But
well,
is that 10 o'clock last night where everything went? Steps up right in the middle of the chart. Yeah.
No, that's actually 10 this morning.
Oh, interesting. So another wave of Wall Street buying there.
This break happened here. Okay, so this is 3 a.m. Greenwich time, right? So
yeah, that's last night at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, right here. But volume 3.853. Now we got a nice. We're building up a nice wall of about 8.7 million down at 40K, and 41.35 has got a $5.7 million.
And that's just Binance again, right?
Correct. And then now at 43, we've got some resistance at about 7.4 million.
Are you on? Is that BTC or ETH? BTC.
BTC.
Yeah, let me look at what we're looking at right now.
But look, all sizes are buying, like all order sizes are buys.
Yeah. So it looks like the market's reacting favorable. Oops.
Yep. Retail's in hard right now. That's crazy.
Favorably to that.
Yeah.
So, which is good. I could use a little bit of good news.
Oh shit! Even 1 million's at the top. $1 million to $10 million buys are at the top of the chart. That's interesting. Yeah, looks good. Okay, let's see. What do I got? What did I have? I had them loaded and then I closed them. That was stupid. So
brought some French charts. Was that what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, but first, so this is interesting. And I think this is really smart. Avalanche is really going hard on these subnets. And I think it's a really smart thing to do as long as they bridge, as long as they make traversal between them fast and easy, right? That's got to be a seamless bridge. I got to be able to move from one subnet to another and not even know I fucking did. End users cannot be confused with, am I on subnet P or J or T or whatever the fuck they are, right? I need to be able to get, if I'm gaming on one subnet because the fees are really low for gaming on that subnet and it's dedicated to like some kind of game, I need to be able to have those funds move in wallet directly to the other subnet where I want to invest them, right? If I've earned over here playing a game and now I want to go stake them somewhere, I don't want to have to fucking do a manual bridge for that. So I think that's a big thing that Avalanche has to get on. I haven't seen any indication that they're necessarily working on it, but this is smart. They're providing a $290 million incentive package to get people to build more subnets. And I think it's smart because number one, it'll grow things. Number two, it'll draw attention to the fact that if you build your chain on a subnet, you control how expensive the gas is, how much traffic can go on that, how the system functions, what the staking protocols are like, right? So you can actually have your entirely own blockchain customized to your business needs, your revenue needs, your user needs. And it really doesn't cost you anything except for the time to maintain it. So I'm assuming it's complex. You got to deal with the staking. You got to deal with, the rules and models for tokenomics there, all of that shit. But at the end of the day, it gives you the ability to never be dependent on on other applications sucking up the fucking blockchain's bandwidth, right? you could control your destiny. You can have the fastest fucking blockchain available for your game or your NFT play or your B2B play or your supply chain play, right? You could do a full encryption thing on B2B, on enterprise level applications here, have it be fast, have it be high performance, have it be gated for only the people in your supply chain vertical, and build to hell and back. So I think this subnet thing is really powerful for Avalanche. I think it's a real competitive advantage. And I have no idea what it takes to make it possible, but I really wish Phantom had that as well. But this is really brilliant. So $290 million. And then it's like, well, wait a minute. So they're leveraging their competitive advantage of having subnets, and they're making a point of letting people know, we got millions of dollars for you here if you bring your DApp onto this and build your own subnet, and then you control your destiny, right? You keep your fees low, you make people happy, you keep it fast. You're segmented away from all the bullshit. So really smart move by Avalanche. I'm pretty excited to see they're doing this. This is really, really good stuff.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Yeah. What else did I have? This got me going down the French chart rabbit hole because I saw this guide published by Lido, whatever. I should probably figure out how they fucking pronounce it, right? But they actually did almost kind of like a French chart. But the idea is they published a guide for how to use. So when you deposit stake through Lido, essentially you're staking to secure the Ethereum blockchain, right? It's the 2.0 staking. When you stake on Lido, you get back ST ETH tokens. Well, this is an entire guide. I'm going to put it in the show notes to how to borrow against your ST ETH while retaining your staking rewards. But then you can then leverage that into all kinds of other plays, right? Or you can loop it around and get more ETH and stake more and keep a loop going. So there's all kinds of opportunities here. Anyway, they've done a direct integration with Aave to provide so that people who are staking on Lido have a more incentive to stake on Lido, because now you can fairly seamlessly use Aave with your ST ETH and loop back around to stake more. So somebody who wants to be purely ETH, and that's all you give a shit about, and your bet is, look, I can earn 4 or 5% more staking, but now I can earn even more ETH by borrowing against it and restaking again and looping back in, because my belief is that eventually ETH is going to be 20,000 or 50,000 or 100,000. All I want to do is compile and compound and build more ETH up in my wallet. That's a good approach.
Yeah,
absolutely good approach. I had some preloaded French charts, Joe, and I didn't post them into the channel, so we're going to go blind right now.
All right. I just want to grab my glasses. Hold on one second.
Okay, buddy. All right, so I have never looked at AlgoFi, but it's on Algorand, and this one is yeah. Well, like it actually could be my favorite. That's the thing that pisses me off. It could be my favorite if they would just get their marketing shit together, like their communications together, because I haven't seen anyone. I haven't seen a single person, and then maybe it's out there, but I haven't seen a single person argue against the fact that of Algorand's claims that they've solved the trilemma: cheap, fast, and secure, right? And so from my perspective, all that's missing from them is to properly fucking market this and get devs signed up building for it, And that's the thing that's frustrating for me, because if you've truly got the trilemma solved, and I am no expert on whether they have or not, because I haven't done enough research on that, but if you truly have that solved, and you can open the door to every Python developer in the world, millions and millions of people, and a language that's easy to learn, unlike Solidity, which is a nightmare to learn, then if you're a new developer, then you should be blowing the fuck up. Like you should be like killing it, and they're not. And so, that's what frustrates me about them. I think it's wasted potential.
I think what you're saying, the way I'm hearing it, is that, I've heard in the past that the best, if you don't know Solidity but you know Python, it's the easiest for you to figure out Solidity. Not if you don't know how to develop in anything.
Right.
Then obviously super, super hard. But the fact that you don't even have to go to Solidity to write stuff on Algorand is a huge competitive advantage because, like you said, there's all these underutilized Python developers out there now.
Yeah, it's the default language for Algorand.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I just think I hate seeing good tech wasted, and that nothing bothers me more than good tech wasted on and being run into the ground by technologists that don't know how to do it. So, by the way, Agoric CEO is going to do an interview with me. The guys that we were looking at the other day.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we'll get that one up.
Cool.
Anyway,
well, I was going to tell you, I'm going to see the Mooch later on at the Gold Club, so I'll make sure he gives you.
Nice, please. Could you have him give me a call? Look, I'm not gonna charge too much a month. Seriously, just,
just the bot. You give him a discount, right? He's probably like 50 grand a month, something like that.
Something like that. That'd be fine.
All right,
fine.
cool.
And I'll take it all in Algo. I'll take it all in token. I have no problem with that.
You're a true believer, man.
Dude, I think it's got potential. I hate seeing good tech wasted. It's nothing more frustrating in my life. But this is attractive. 35% APR with 4 to 5 loops on this AlgoFi, which is one of their, I think it's probably the only primary MM yield farm liquidity provider platform on Algorand. Deposit USDC and AlgoFi for 3.17% USDC earning and 5.23% Algo earned, and then borrow against I assume the liquidity token that you get with a rate of a negative 5.49% for USDC and 5.23% for Algo, and then loop it back around, right? So loop back around to AlgoFi and take from what you borrowed, redeposit it, and keep it going, and you can end up with, obviously with your risk appetite, 35% APR. But if you think about this, a big portion of what you're staking here is USDC, and Algorand hasn't been like entirely unstable from a price perspective. So, this could be an interesting strategy.
That is interesting.
Yeah. This one, I think this is what I was looking at earlier. Oh, let me close this extra window. Sorry. No, this isn't.
Your stepmom porn window?
This is a Cosmos play with ETH. And you've, I guess, done more Cosmo than I have. So anyway, I guess you deposit on mainnet, anchor.lido.fi. So that's, okay. Yeah, so you're depositing for staking. Why is there an Anchor? Wait a minute. What is the Anchor/Lido relationship, or Lido? Anchor.lido.fi. I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, okay. This is a bridge. Sorry. Deposit it there, convert to BETH, and then use the bridge wormhole that got exploited by.
It's a great example, though. Yeah.
Convert back to BETH on Anchor. Okay, so BETH is a token from Anchor. Borrow Terra. Earn 19% on Anchor earn deposits, or take it to Osmo. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. These are different networks: Osmosis, Terra, Wormhole, ETH, Ethereum. He's just talking about what chains these are on as they go in. And I have done shit looking at Osmosis, so I don't have a clue. Let's see what else. This one, so this is, I believe, a play. You know what? I'm not even going to comment on this because I don't know what the fuck it is. Because at first I thought it was
Jarvis Network, Mount Pelerin,
J Fiat, Mount Pelerin, Jarvis Network, Curve, Beefy.
That must be like
Market Protocol on Polygon.
That must be like their wrap version. Like on Phantom, they have, what is it, FUSDT or FUSD?
Yeah.
That's like,
but this is for yen. Version. Is this for yen? JJPY? It's got to be, right?
Well, I think that's...
Is that what they mean by J Fiat, Japanese fiat?
I think they're talking Jarvis Network fiat. I don't know if that's Japan. I don't think that's yen. But either way, it's, it doesn't... The examples sound, if it's yen or if it's, dollars. I think what you're showing is that I mean, JPY is I think the yen.
Not the ticker for yen.
Yeah, but there's like zero volume there. It's not.
JPY is a currency denominated. It's 1 JPY is 1 yen.
What's the volume?
So this must be Jarvis JPY. So it's Jarvis Network. I think that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
Jarvis Networks JPY. It's kind of like wrapped USD, right?
Yep.
Or USD.
FUSD, any of those.
Yeah. So Mount Pelerin, which I don't know what the hell Mount Pelerin is. Do you?
It might be the successor to, I was going to say Mount Cox, but yeah, it's like, I don't know if it's a Japanese tech company.
Looks like a Swiss exchange.
Oh, okay.
It's a Swiss exchange. Okay. Wow, this is confusing. Fiat. Oh, so he's saying on board with Fiat at Mount Pelerin or whatever.
Oh, this is where you could come in and
buy
it with credit cards.
Deposit on Curve, get ZJPY. Deposit your ZJPY on, so that's 3% bonus. Deposit your ZJPY on Beefy, you'll get Moo Jarvis ZJPY. Deposit that, so you're getting 30% there. Then you deposit it on Market Protocol Supply, and you'll get MZJPY. These must be more Japanese-oriented exchanges, except for Curve. But and Beefy, never mind. Then you borrow at 7% at Market Protocol. You end up with JCAD. So are we Canadian now? Deposit on Curve Finance. What's our total APY for this complex shit? 3.
Not enough.
33, 58. I don't know if this is a positive APY or this is APR, or if this is what your interest for borrowing, right?
Yep.
16, 32. Yeah. Okay.
I like the 3 or 4 steps where you get 25, 30%.
Yeah.
They're doing stables.
Ghost. Didn't you have Ghost at one point?
A lot of people do. I did at one point, but I mean, that is one that has been holding up. That's a late. A lot of people talk about it in this one channel. I just never really went in and did.
Where does this one start? This is all Polygon.
You must be starting at the top left. I mean, like Ghost.
But what's weird is why does it have the dashed lines? Okay, so deposit Ghost to Aave, get Ghost yield of 3 to 5% APY. And then you'll have your AM Ghost, and you stake that to Aave Gachi and earn friends and win raffles. Okay?
Yeah, there's lots of stuff that goes on in that ecosystem.
You have staked AM GHST.
Shit, Luna's taking off again. Sorry. I'm just going through this one channel while you talk.
I don't know what the fuck. All right, let's jump over to Biden. I'll look for something else that's interesting that I can actually talk about with struggling through while I'm live.
No, I think you're doing good, man.
You want to talk about Biden?
I thought we did, but I will, because we were talking about the executive order, right?
Here's what's interesting, right? Why humans are interesting. I'm just going to say it that way. Humans are interesting because if you think about it, like 3-4 weeks ago, they told us that the executive order was just going to be an executive order to tell everybody to study crypto, right? I mean, that's what they told us. And so now we're all kind of lolling around in war and dumping down, and here comes a recession. We're all going to die, blah, 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 World War III, right? So then we're slowly dumping down. We're burning out. Everybody's still hanging on, hoping it's going to recover. And then all of a sudden, the executive order comes out, which says, I instruct all agencies to study it. And everybody's like, yay, he didn't kill us. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I think there was a lot of speculation.
They told us they were going to do that.
Well, no, I think that what I think people started to think with all that chatter about blocking Russian wallets and this and that they thought it was going to be more draconian. At least that's the stuff I saw. Yeah.
By the way, Warren's back.
Who?
Fucking posturing Senator Warren. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. And I was thinking Warren Buffett. Sorry. And I think everybody thought it was going to be really bad. Like, we're going to regulate the shit out of this now and clamp down, and everybody's got a KYC, something really, really draconian that would stifle innovation. And the fact that it didn't, and it was positioned around making the U.S. or the West the leader of the space, basically. I think that was taken very positively, and I think a lot of people that haven't put the big money in yet are just waiting for some kind of regulatory, I don't know, certainty or safety, things like that. So I think that's why it was regarded so positive. But mainly the first point of that they expected it evolved from beyond what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago to, because then the war started and they were talking about all the, Russian evading sanctions with crypto, which is bullshit because they're not. I mean, some people might, but again, you can't. What are you going to do with it? Yeah. So I think people started thinking it was going to go that way, and then it didn't. So, it's like one of the things I say in consulting is low expectations, high satisfaction. High expectations, low satisfaction. So you have to
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's what I say. So you got to beat it down. You got to beat it down. You don't go in and promise the moon to people like investors. Like, oh my God, we're going to just make so much money. Because then if you make just a shitload of money, they're like, I thought we were going to make so much money.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, we're going to do okay on this one. And then when you make a shitload, then you're like, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
So you have to, because everybody you're advising, they're all money people. So that's all they think about. That's the whole line. In the finance industry. So to me, I think that's what made it move. And then I thought the more interesting thing was how, the Yellen notes or Yellen memo was accidentally posted onto the Treasury website. I mean, how does that happen?
That happens because the guy who was responsible for posting it went and bought some Bitcoin.
And, they got it all out. So all the institutional guys that have, a push alert on anything like that, got it last night at 9 or 10 o'clock and East Coast.
Let me move this market a little bit. I'd like to make a quick $4,000.
And and that's what makes this thing happen right here.
Yeah.
So if that hadn't been leaked or posted on purpose and then taken down, then how was it? I think it was at night. Everybody is kind of like the news cycle sort of slows down. And U.S. East Coast time night. And then something like this comes in and it just wakes everybody up and there's no clutter. And so people can make moves, but it's held up. I think that's what's kind of interesting is that a move like that is held up. So, so nothing really super negative. In fact, I would say it's positive.
Totally. Look, at the end of the day, if they're not banning shit and they're not putting more regulations out and they are studying it, that gives us an opportunity to get in and let the people that'll actually listen to evidence actually digest what we have to say. Friggin' Elizabeth Warren.
What'd she say?
Oh, she fucking released a bill yesterday in the Senate that she wants to get a vote on to force identification of all wallets that are transferred to outside of the main exchanges. And she's doing it all in the name of let me make sure the fucking Russians aren't getting their money. I'm done with Elizabeth Warren because I think she's so fucking disingenuous.
You can rant. You can rant about her
at this point.
I won't go against you on a rant
because she is so full of shit. Just full of shit. I'm sorry. The fucking Treasury Department said you don't have to worry about the Russians fucking getting around the sanctions with fucking crypto. And then this woman has staff write up a fucking bill to keep the Russians from getting around crypto, right? She plays this lowest common denominator card with everything she fucking does. And it's all ego now. She doesn't give a shit about people anymore. She used to. I think she genuinely did when she first started, when she was just the school teacher running for Senate, outraged, want to take on the banks. I don't think she gives a shit anymore because she won't take the time to use that brain she has to fucking study this because she doesn't want to. It doesn't fit her narrative. And that's the worst kind of politicians. The ones, look, I worked in that industry. That they start off excited and wanting to change the world. And they make good steps to do that. And then, they they sell out. They either sell their souls or they keep fighting and they're minimized by the people who do sell their souls. You know, the first guy that I got elected that wasn't supposed to win, he did in his first 2 years of his term did some amazing shit in the state of New Jersey. You may not agree with this, but I mean, not you personally, other people, you know, he sponsored and passed the assault weapons ban in the state of New Jersey. Right?
Christie?
No.
Oh.
Joseph Mecca.
Okay.
And he passed a ton of other shit in his first 2 years, and he was excited about being an assemblyman. And then all of a sudden the fucking, you know, whip came down and took this guy from a strong leader and burned him the fuck out. Like just totally killed him. And that's what happens to all of them. And you either conform and become like Elizabeth Warren is, or you quit like Joseph Mecca did, because he just didn't want to be that. And she's that now. It's all about ego, re-election. I want everyone to think I'm a crusader, right? But she's crusading on lies. She's crusading on lies. I mean, the Treasury Department, every expert has said everything she said in these hearings and everything she's trying to do with these bills is a bald-faced lie, and she's just plunging ahead. So what the fuck? Why do you keep pursuing that except that you want to present some image? You know,
I wonder if it's, remember how her and Sanders people were going at it in the primaries last time?
Yeah. She's still pissed she got beat. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, you know, and it's, I don't know who, I mean, they're both, I think the Sanders group, the Sandinistas are more, you know, economic populists and more libertarian and more, you know, non-party, let's say independent types. But I think her constituents are kind of these hardcore leftist progressives that have touted this narrative that everybody's getting ripped off by crypto, and it just isn't true. Yeah. And again, nanny state stuff, and you know, the kind of things where
it's that whole attitude. Make decisions. It's that whole attitude of I'm smarter than the poor people, so I'm going to tell them how they need to be protected, instead of let me empower them, let me educate them. Let me help them learn their ropes of the complex financial system, and let's give them the power to earn actual fucking money instead of, you know, paying the bank's fees and getting screwed over by the system. And I think that's the most disappointing thing, because at the beginning of her career, she was a nightmare for the banks. I mean, she fucking beat the shit out of those people. Yeah, she did. Right? On behalf of people that were getting fucked over by the banks. It was very mission oriented. I loved it. I'm not a big, you know, regulate the shit out of stuff, but I like seeing a bank beat up. And she's just completely sold out. I'm so disappointed in that woman. She could have done a lot of good. And I think she did do a lot of good in her early career, but now she's just, well, you know, obviously I have a bias. She's pissing me off because it's crypto, but you know.
Yeah. But you look at a lot of the politicians. I mean, you know, people think we're older. I mean, what are these guys? They're all like, I mean, I'm not picking on old people, but it's
the average age in the Senate is 64. The average age in the House of Representatives is 59 plus. So yeah.
Yeah. My point is just that they grew up in a different world. Yeah. You know, the typewriter world, basically. Yep. And
but the crazy thing is, so did you and I.
I know. I was just going to say that. I remember taking typing class in 10th grade, and it was like me and this other dude that was a friend of mine and like 50 girls. So everybody's like, hey, smart move. And I'm like, you know, I figured you had to know how to type, but that was before computers. And then all of a sudden, you know, like, you know, when I word process, I'm typing, you know, I'm not hunting and pecking.
Right.
You know, I'm ripping it because I remember, you know, I can do still like 70, 80 words a minute. And it's much easier now with word processors because they clean it all up for you.
Right.
But, you know, to me, this is even like a whole nother level because, you know, I also remember having passbooks when I was in like maybe first and second grade at the banks, and you went in with this little paper book and they would write the deposit in there and put a little initial there. Yeah. And that was like how they kept track of everything.
Yeah.
And then innovations came out like the drive-through window. And
I remember when you could game ATMs. There was a
where they weren't tracking the deposit. You could just go withdraw as much as you wanted.
Yeah. Well, they didn't update until the end of the day. So you could go to one ATM and then go to another ATM and end up with double. Like, say you had $400 in the bank, you could take 800 out, whatever. I don't remember the details, but it was, I mean, I remember when ATMs came out and I was like, this is fucking awesome. You know, anyway,
yeah.
I hope somebody embarrasses that woman. That's where I am.
Well,
right
so
now.
look, this is this is the summary of the executive order from the National Economic Council director. The EO will help position the U.S. to keep playing a leading role in the innovation and governance of the digital assets ecosystem at home and abroad in a way that protects consumers, is consistent with our democratic values, and advances U.S. global competitiveness. To me, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Versus, oh, Russians are money laundering stuff or evading sanctions, or poor people are getting ripped off, this and that. I mean, if Elizabeth Warren really wants to bitch about something, go look at all the legalized gambling platforms.
Of course.
FanDuel's, DraftKings. I mean, if that doesn't soak the poor, I don't know what does.
How about fucking state lotteries? I was in the gas station last night and watching two people pile and I don't know what their personal wealth levels are, but from appearances, it didn't look like there was a lot of money there. And, $50, $100. And they're doing this once or twice a week. And it's state fucking sanctioned gambling,
Yeah.
And the odds are even worse.
Well, I will say one thing about that. Some, like Georgia, that lottery funds all the free college education for every kid that has a B+ average or higher.
Right.
But others, it goes to other things. Others, it just goes to some shady ass family that has it enshrined in the state constitution that they run the numbers rackets.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get it. It's kind of like when I used to have, when I used to go to, what formerly called the Redskins games back in maybe, 18, 20 years ago. And I had season tickets, club level, and I'd give them to clients. I went to a couple, but the traffic was a nightmare. And I didn't really have a lot of fun. But I remember I would sell them sometimes too. And the people that were buying them, I was just shocked that they would waste that much money to go to a football game versus putting in your kid's college plan, or investing it. And I kind of realized that, people just don't care.
Yeah.
And so, I think,
well, if you think you're never going to get, like if you think that the financial system is bent against you and you're never going to have the opportunity for wealth, right? You hope your kids will, I guess, but if you think that that's out of reach for you, then what do? You spend what you have to enjoy what you can. Going to drink beers out of the back of your truck at a Sunday afternoon football game, right, is a great way to escape from the shit job you have and the fact that you're worried about how much money you're going to have. Doesn't make a lot of sense logically, but that's what happens.
In lottery tickets, what you're really selling is the dream.
Yep.
Because when people buy the ticket, you're like, God, what would I do with that $400 million or whatever?
Yeah, you get a couple of days to dream.
Yeah. So it's, $1 for a dream. I mean, that's really not that expensive.
Joe writing the ad campaign for the Florida lottery now. Just $1 for a dream. Like, what if they went all in on, look, you're not going to win, but doesn't it feel good to think you might? Florida lottery. Yeah. Buy a ticket today.
Empty your kid's college fund. We take what's the AFDC or food stamps?
Now, wouldn't it be cool if they did something like this? Hey, we have a new lottery ticket. You can win, $5 million. And every week somebody's going to win $5 million. But here's the kicker on it. For every $2, it's a $2 ticket, $1 of that is going into a yield
UBI fund. A yield fund.
A yield fund. I mean, like $1 of that's going into a fund for you or for your kids' college tuition into Florida prepaid or something. Like, why don't they do that kind of shit? Like, you can have the thrill of the lottery, the excitement of the dream, and
do good.
A buck of this is going to go to make sure you have a solid future or your kid has a solid future or something, right?
Yeah. No, I think you have to do things like that.
Maybe we have a business model there.
Well, I mean, I would just say, look at the Hope Scholarship Program in Georgia. I know other states have it too. I just remember that rolling out 20 years ago. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So the idea was that, all those, well, I'm not going to pick on Georgia, but let's say the smarter, high achieving kids would always go off to school somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ivy League or whatever, Carolina, Duke, UVA, Vanderbilt, those kind of places. And they wanted to keep them in Georgia. So, it became the thing was, okay, if you got a B+ or higher GPA from high school, you go to Georgia, free tuition, or you go to I don't know if Emory's included, but Georgia State, you know, there's a whole bunch of schools in Georgia. And so to me, that's kind of cool because, you know, obviously tuition costs are pretty high these days. I mean, I think now it's about $500,000 to go to college at those top expensive schools, even the state schools. Like when I went to University of Michigan, I remember looking at my tuition bill, and it was like $650 a semester to take 15 credits. And then maybe you took out a student loan for $2,500 and it would cover the whole year.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like, I think in state is like $38,000 a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just like, why is it that expensive? It just doesn't make sense to me.
My mother-in-law took care of my kids with Florida prepaid. So I'm
that's what I was going to ask you. My daughter has Florida prepaid too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I'm not worried, but I mean, look, if my kids get into somewhere better, I'm going to have to pony up, but, anything in state school is covered, everything, you know, so that's awesome. And then if they go somewhere else, we can cash it out and
well, you get the whole yearly amount, you can take it to another school.
Exactly. So exactly. So Eamon said, yeah, instead of lotteries and game tickets, I put money in DeFi and watch it all go to zero. But at least I'm self-sovereign with my zeros.
Yeah. I mean,
look, I think, and I think a program like that, you know, you're putting it in stables yields at, you know, 7% or staking at Lido at 4 to 7%, whatever it is. I think there are nice conservative blue chip ways for people to be earning money, more money than they earn right now on their money. If you're lower middle class or lower, you're getting gouged by the financial system on a daily basis. Like, and it doesn't matter if it's a check cashing store or a bank and the healthcare. Oh, the fucking healthcare system.
Food.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
everything.
You're just, there's no, it's stacked against you.
Yeah.
If you don't have money, you're stacked against. People are like, oh, it's fucking America. You can get ahead, blah, blah, blah. I got to tell you what, man, you grow up in some of the neighborhoods in the cities in this country, when the only way to earn a buck is to sell drugs. And you tell me that, you know, there's this equal opportunity for what my kids get, right? My, you know, white kids in a middle to upper middle class neighborhood with a good school. You know, my kids have an advantage, right? Anyway, hey, I forgot to shill this yesterday and I'm really disappointed in myself.
Same here, man. I'm disappointed.
So there's a big disclaimer at the beginning of this episode because I am an advisor to this project. If they do well, I make money. I have a bias. But the reason I chose to be an advisor to Walk-In is because this fucking team is golden. Like, these guys have been in the app stores for 5 years. They've done 50 million downloads. They have 10 million in annual revenue from selling subscriptions in the system. They have a marketing machine, landing page optimization, testing. I mean, they are unbelievable. And I encourage you to listen to this interview to hear how they run, how they operate, how they do things. They have an entire development team. This is the most buttoned up project I've ever been involved with in terms of, you know, kind of turnkey. And the model is exercise to earn. The app is called Walk-In. It's walkin.io, WALKEN.io. Listen to the episode and decide for yourself. But they're already running marketing. They're already building a big community on Twitter and Discord. They're already like killing it. And the MVP launches in the next 2 weeks of the app. I've been using the app for a couple of months. It's solid. The interface is beautiful. Everything they do is elegant, beautifully designed. The app is you walk and you earn in-app tokens. Those in-app tokens can then be spent on what are called catleets, which are these games, a game within the app. And you can use those tokens to outfit your character with, you know, more speed, more stamina, whatever. And then you get into battles with your friends and other people. And that's where you earn the Walk-In token. All of the objects in the game are NFTs. So they'll be able to be spot and sold on their own NFT marketplace in the app. And then the bigger vision for this whole thing is they will start enabling some of the things we were just talking about for lower income people, right? They're going to start enabling simplified stablecoin DeFi yields in the app. They're going to start enabling yield farming and liquidity providing in the app. really simple, really conservative stuff, but they're going to expose the people that are using their app to DeFi, right? So there's so many good things about this for me. For me, it's awesome because I love the team. I love their model. I love that they're very marketing oriented. They're good guys, good people. They have a reputation in the market, in the industry. They want to drive more people to DeFi. All of those things that are things that hit buttons for me. But there's one more thing, and that is this. They have an entire development team that's developing for this, but they're also developing it as a platform, because the next phase for them will be launching more apps that they develop. But the next phase will be going out to all of the app developers they know in the App Store that are pissed off at Google and Apple, and bringing them into the Walk-in platform. So
who are they partnering with for the yield farming and all of that?
They haven't decided that. They are launching on Solana yet. They are launching on Solana. When it launches, it'll just be the tokens and exchanging, and then they'll add the DeFi components after that. Okay. They've got a kind of a graduated plan for growing and building it. But I'm thoroughly impressed with this team. Just really blown away by them. They've learned by the seat of their pants, right? They built this whole thing from scratch, this business they have. And they see, Web3 and DeFi as a far superior method. So, and the other thing that they note in the interview is they had, from an advertising and marketing perspective, they had to focus on wealthier countries in the world, because their revenue model is to charge people directly for subscriptions in app or out of app. And they had to make sure people could afford it. But now they've been able to test in all kinds of markets, because they're actually being able to provide people with income with the app, right? So they're flipping their entire model. Instead of having to charge people, they're actually going to provide income to people. So anyway, and they did a good job on the interview. Really interesting.
Plus, it gets people walking, and I mean, that's
exactly.
the important
thing.
Well,
yeah, that's the other bonus is your health. You improve your health.
And exercise. So it's kind of like Fitbit or the steps, but you're getting paid for it.
Yeah. Eamon says it sounds like Pokemon. Yeah, it's very similar to that. They are actually going to, in one of the latter development stages for them is they are going to add some AR to it. That's not in the first version, but they are planning to add some augmented reality features and functions to it so you can interact locally.
Yeah, Pokemon. God, I remember.
Yeah, he also says that there's somebody that tricks it. Yeah, they actually have that. They have an entire algorithm they developed to block fraudulent players. So
yeah.
Anyway, love these guys. MissionDefi.com. It's on the homepage right now. Walkin.io. Check them out. Cool. Make your own decision. I have a bias. I make money if they're successful. So don't do it because I say so. Do it because you look at them, you research it, you listen to them, and you're welcome to join their Discord and reach out to them directly. They'll be happy to talk to you.
Yeah. Brad doesn't shill.
There's a total shill, but this isn't a fake shill. This is the reason I chose to be an advisor is because I was so impressed with where they were going and who they are. So,
yeah, no, I like the purpose. It's kind of like why I like the Klima guys or the Klima team because of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're going to get there.
No.
But if you're going to put some bets down, or whatever investments, then pick ones that maybe there's a cool social outcome to it. Or a cool social impact outcome. So good find.
No, I'm really rooting for these guys, and like I had a chat with the CEO yesterday, and I said, look, man, you guys, I'm not going to get rich off this thing, but I'm happy to help them because I think their mission is solid, and I think they're good guys. So,
well, it sounds like something that Fitbit would want to buy.
Oh, absolutely, and look, they already know how to get users. To me, that's the key. This is not a group trying to DeFi mobile apps or NFT mobile apps or gamify mobile apps. This is a group that already knows how to make users interact, that already knows how to get people to use things and take part and subscribe and pay them to subscribe, right? So from my perspective, it's like, okay, and they have an entire team now dedicated to blockchain, like an entire team of developers solely dedicated to blockchain crypto development in their team. So anyway, good stuff. I love these guys.
Cool. All right, man.
Let's wrap up. I got another interview at 24 minutes. I got to prep for because I haven't even.
You got some snazzy music for us? Extra music?
Oh, no. We didn't even say any. Oh, did we say? Yeah, we did do 100. Yeah, 100 episode. Did we do that?
Dude, your Potzheimer's.
I'm losing my fucking. Yeah, it is my Potzheimer's. It's been like that all day. And it's also my averaging 4 hours sleep a day.
I know.
So.
You got to get out of the club earlier, man. I know you're closing those down at dawn.
Yeah, you know me, man.
Chasing around all those hotties out there.
That's it. That's me.
Anyhow, man, thanks everyone for enduring us.
Love you guys.
100 episodes.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for being with us. Yeah, we appreciate it. We love you guys. We appreciate you listening and watching. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Reach out to me, B05Crypto on Twitter, B05Crypto on Telegram. You have ideas. You have a show idea. You want to talk about anything we've talked about. You want to come on the show because you have something cool that you think would be valuable to the listeners from an investing perspective, a project perspective, whatever. We'd love to hear it. So don't hesitate to reach out. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Joe, I will catch you later, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Take care.
Happy 100.
Yeah, you too, man. Thanks.
Cheers, everyone.